Hailey Bieber just dropped a series of photos that have the internet absolutely losing its mind. And we need to talk about what's really going on here because this controversy is revealing something much bigger than just some glamorous pictures. If you're new here and you love diving into the drama while keeping it real, hit that subscribe button because we're serving up fresh content every single day. Hailey posted these incredibly sultry photographs recently, and while plenty of people are praising how stunning she looks, there's a vocal group that's come out swinging with criticism, and their main issue centers around one thing: she's a mother now. Yes, you read that right. A subset of people online, particularly some mothers, are expressing outrage that Hailey would pose for such provocative images now that she has a child. The photos themselves are undeniably gorgeous and artistic. They're shot in a moody, candlelit atmosphere that gives off major vintage glamour vibes. Hailey is positioned in ways that are sensual and confident, wearing lingerie and striking poses that celebrate her body and her confidence. The backlash didn't take long to materialize. Critics flooded comment sections arguing that as a new mother, Hailey should be more modest in her public image. Some comments suggested that these types of photos are inappropriate for someone with a child, questioning what her son will think when he grows up and sees these images. Others went further, implying that choosing to pose this way somehow conflicts with being a good parent or reflects poorly on her values. The underlying message from these critics seems to be that motherhood should come with a dress code, that once you have children, expressing sexuality or confidence in your body becomes somehow wrong or shameful. But let's pump the brakes here and really examine what's happening because this isn't actually new territory for Hailey at all. Throughout her entire career as a model, Hailey has done countless photo shoots that showcase her body. She's done beach shoots in bikinis, fashion campaigns in revealing clothing, and editorial work that's equally as sensual as these recent photos. This is literally part of her profession. She's been a model for years, working with major brands and photographers, and her portfolio has always included this type of content. So, why the sudden moral panic now? The answer is pretty clear when you think about it. The only thing that's changed is that Hailey became a mother. Her body is still her body. Her career is still her career. Her right to make choices about how she presents herself hasn't actually changed in any material way. But somehow, in many people's minds, motherhood is supposed to transform a woman into someone who covers up, tones it down, and prioritizes appearing modest above all else. This double standard is exhausting and frankly outdated. Nobody questions whether a father should stop posting shirtless gym photos after having kids. Male celebrities and regular dads alike post workout pictures, beach photos, and all manner of content showing their bodies without anyone suggesting they're being inappropriate or setting a bad example. The phrase dad bod exists as a celebrated concept, not a shameful one. Men are allowed to be fathers and still be seen as attractive, still show confidence in their bodies, still be sexual beings. But when women do the same thing, suddenly it's a problem that needs to be debated and criticized. Let's talk about what this really represents because it goes deeper than just one celebrity's photo shoot. This is about the persistent policing of women's bodies and the idea that women owe the world a certain type of behavior or appearance based on their life circumstances. When you become a mother, you don't stop being a person with your own identity, career, and sense of self. Motherhood is a beautiful part of life for many women, but it's not the only defining characteristic of who they are. Hailey is still a model, still a wife, still a friend, still a woman with her own thoughts and desires and professional goals. Posing for these photos doesn't make her any less of a mother. It doesn't mean she loves her child less, or that she's not focused on parenting. It simply means she's continuing to do her job and express herself in ways she finds fulfilling. The idea that these things are mutually exclusive is based on outdated and frankly sexist notions about how mothers should behave. There's also an element of projection happening in these criticisms that's worth addressing. When people look at someone like Hailey, who has worked hard to maintain her confidence in her career, and they respond with anger or judgment, it often says more about the person criticizing than the person being criticized. If someone sees these photos and their first instinct is to tear Hailey down, to question her parenting, to suggest she should be ashamed, that reaction is coming from somewhere internal. Maybe it's insecurity about their own bodies. Maybe it's frustration about choices they feel they couldn't make. Maybe it's jealousy about the freedom or confidence someone else displays. Whatever the root cause, directing that negativity outward doesn't solve anything. It just perpetuates a culture where women feel they have to shrink themselves, hide themselves, and constantly worry about being judged for every single choice they make. The reality is that inspiration and admiration are so much more productive than jealousy and criticism. When you see someone doing something you wish you could do, whether that's having confidence in their body, pursuing a career goal, or just living authentically, you have a choice in how to respond. You can choose to be inspired by it, to let it motivate you, to see it as proof that the thing you want is possible. Or you can choose to be bitter about it, to criticize them, to try to bring them down to make yourself feel better. One of those paths leads to growth and positivity, and the other leads nowhere good. Looking at these photos of Hailey, the healthy response for anyone who has complicated feelings about them would be to examine why they feel that way and what it reveals about their own relationship with their body, with sexuality, with motherhood, or with self-expression. It's also worth noting that much of the criticism directed at Hailey likely has roots in existing negativity toward her that has nothing to do with these photos specifically. Hailey has been the subject